This is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be joined by Big D from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and we're going to be doing our review of the 2006 movie High School Musical in celebration of its 20th anniversary. So this movie follows Troy Bolton, the star athlete at a small town high school, who falls for a nerdy, beautiful girl named Gabriella Fontes at a holiday karaoke party. And when they return to campus, Troy and Gabriella audition for the upcoming school musical and everything. And meanwhile, the jealous Sharpay Evans conspires to squelch their chances, and the two must struggle to make it to the auditions while also meeting their existing obligations to the basketball team and academic decathlon. So, before I get into my part, like always, I'm going to let Big D do his part, so take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is Big D, and I'm going to be collabing with Robbie on a review of the 2006 Disney Channel flick, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, High School Musical. Now, the story follows student Troy Bolton, the captain of his high school basketball team, and Gabrielle Montez, an academically gifted transfer student, to get her audition for the lead roles in their school musical, causing division among the school's cliques. Now, at first, I kind of turned the film down as I saw that didn't think I would enjoy it. But a year later, when the second film came out, I gave the film a chance, and let me tell you, I made a mistake and missed out on this one. This turned out to be a pretty fun musical flick. Now, in ways, High School Musical actually kind of does feel like it's a modern version of Romeo and Juliet. But I had to admit, this film has everything to offer. A great story, a great cast, great tunes, great characters. The soundtrack of songs absolutely is amazing. The great songs in here like Get Your Head in the Game, What I've Been Looking For, Stick to the Status Quo, We're All in This Together, Breaking Free, and Bop to the Top. Oh, the list goes on. This soundtrack was awesome. Another cool thing about High School Musical is it was directed by Kenny Ortega, who also directed Disney's cult classics Newsies and Hocus Pocus. He later went on to direct the sequels to this, as well as the Cheetah Girls 2 and the Descendants trilogy. Now, the cast in the film is absolutely really good. We have Zac Efron as Troy Bolton, one of the most popular students at East High School, at the school in the film, and he's the captain of the varsity basketball team. I gotta say, he was really, really something. However, Drew Seeley, who also auditioned for the role of Troy, actually provided the majority of the character's singing voice, with Efron himself singing the first and last few lines of the song Start of Something New and the beginning of Breaking Free. Next up, we have Vanessa Hudgens as Gabriella, who I think is an amazing character. She's really good. We have Lucas Grabeel as Ryan Evans, who is trying to sabotage Gabriella's relationship with Troy, along with his sister. Next, we have Ryan's sister Sharpay, who is played by Ashley Tisdale, who recently started playing Maddie in the Network's hit series The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, who really also happens to be a real saboteur of this, especially when she wants Troy to herself. Among some of the other cast members, we have Allison Reed as Miss Darvis, the drama teacher, Corbin Blue as Chad Danford, Troy's best friend and member of the basketball team, and Monique Coleman as Taylor McKessie, captain of the school's scholastic decathlon team. Still, I must admit, the rest of the cast are pretty good too. Anyway, once High School Musical came out, it proved to be a big success for Disney Channel, and its soundtrack topped the Billboard Hot 100, eventually going to sell over 5 million copies. So, with everything said, High School Musical, I feel bad for missing out on it from day one, but after watching it, I realized I made a mistake, and I've come to love the film and I do like its sequels, and I've yet to see the Sharpay movie or the Disney Plus series as well. But overall, I'm just gonna say High School Musical is so much fun to watch with its great cast, the characters, the direction, the choreography, etc., etc., etc. This has everything a musical flick has to offer. So as always, thank you for making me a part of this, Robbie. Until our next collab, this is the Big D saying, see ya.
So thank you, Big D, for joining me. I always enjoy having you on here. It's great to have you on here as always, and everything and stuff. So it's always great collabing with you. If you want to do the sequels whenever I review them, I'll let you know when I'm gonna do them and stuff. So I'll let you know, because it's not gonna be right away and everything. But whenever I get to them, I'll let you know. But this is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love this movie. The story is just really, really good, and it's a lot of fun. This is kind of like this generation's version of Grease, or like Big D said, Romeo and Juliet in a lot of ways, and everything. But I've always really had a lot of fun with this movie. Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens are just absolutely perfect as Troy and Gabriella, and they are very likable characters, and you root for them throughout the whole movie. You want to see these two end up together and be able to do this musical together and stuff, and it really pays off by the end of the movie. The rest of the cast are all great too. You got Corbin Bleu and Monique Coleman is Chad and Taylor, and they're both really likable characters that get better as the trilogy goes on and stuff, but they're both really likable and everything. They, like I said, they become even more likable as the movies go on, because their friendships with the characters just grow more and stuff. And then you got Ashley Tisdale and Lucas Gabriel as Sharpay and Ryan Evans, and they're both perfectly casted too. I really like both of them and everything. Sharpay is one of those characters that a lot of people love to hate. I don't really hate her, but I do get where people are annoyed by her and stuff. When I was younger, she used to get on my nerves a lot more than she does now and everything. And I think that's just also because, looking back at it now, I'm an adult, she's a teenager. Yeah, teenagers do crazy stuff when they're young and dumb and stuff. So I just look at her as a young and dumb teenager now. But she is kind of a mean girl, but there are worse mean girls in other movies that are similar to this, like the one in The American Mole. But all of the six main actors have really great chemistry together. I also want to mention Bart Johnson as Coach Bolton and Allison Reed as Miss Darvis. They're both also really likable side characters that appear in all three movies and stuff. And in this one, Coach Bolton is kind of the stereotypical dad that doesn't want to support his son's dreams and stuff and everything, because he wants him to follow his own dreams. But by the time the movie ends, you know how it's going to go and everything. And this movie does follow a lot of those kind of cliches and stuff, but it's really, really well done. But I think Bart Johnson does a really good job, and he has a pretty good little arc throughout this whole trilogy of accepting Troy and being a really good supporting father and stuff. He's just a really likable character. And then you got Allison Reed as Miss Darvis, who starts off as a strict teacher that nobody really likes, who ends up becoming one of everyone's favorite teachers, and she becomes one of the best characters in the trilogy as well and everything by the end of the trilogy and stuff. She gets a lot of good moments in 2 and 3, especially 3 and everything, to really show that, like, you know, just because she's strict doesn't mean she's not a loving, caring teacher, and it's really awesome too. So I think all of the casts are great in here. The songs are amazing in this one. Every single one of them is catchy and memorable. I know probably the lyrics to every single one of the songs by heart and everything. I've listened to the soundtrack on repeat for the last 20 years, so I know these songs like I would like any other song and stuff. They're just, each of them are great, like from the very first one, the start of something new, to the very last one, We're All in This Together. They're all great and everything. Although I definitely would have to say We're All in This Together is probably my favorite, which isn't really surprising to anybody. It's the theme of the the franchise and stuff. Like, it's just an iconic song. But Breaking Free is also amazing and everything, another one that's just iconic from this movie. But I also really love Stick to the Status Quo and What I've Been Looking For, Get Your Head in the Game, and of course This is the Start of Something New. They're all just really, really great songs. And even the I Can't Take My Eyes Off You, which was a deleted song that was on the soundtrack and or not a deleted song, bonus song, it was on the soundtrack and on the DVD and stuff. That song is really catchy and memorable too and everything. So I think that as far as the music goes, this movie delivers for sure. The choreography is really good too and everything, and it really helps with all the music numbers and everything. Although I will say that We're All in This Together definitely has the absolute best choreography in the movie, and maybe in the whole trilogy. And I think all of the cast do a great job singing, although Zac Efron didn't really sing most of the time. He had a few parts where it was him, but most of the time Drew Seeley was singing for him because his voice was changing at the time, and it was cracking when he was trying to sing and stuff. That's why he didn't sing in this one. And I think Drew Seeley did a really good job, and he was a good fit for Troy in this one and everything. So I loved it and everything. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. And part of it is also just I'm so used to it. By the time the second movie came out and everything, I was used to it and everything, and I don't really have anything against it. I would love to hear Zac Efron's own version of these songs and stuff, but I love Drew Seeley's as well. And another reason I love this movie so much, and I can't talk about it without mentioning this, is this movie changed my life in the absolute best way possible. Because when I was in 7th grade, I went into my art classroom and I was hanging out with a friend, and her friend was hanging out with us, and I had mentioned that I liked High School Musical, and our mutual friend was kind of making fun of me for liking it, but then her friend was like, I love High School Musical, and I was like, me too. And then the next thing I know, we're in deep conversation about High School Musical and Hannah Montana and all the favorite Disney Channel shows that we had at that time. And now, all these years later, 19 years later, she is not just only my best friend, but now my sister as well. So I absolutely love this movie for that as well. Like, it is a huge, huge part of my friendship and relationship with my sister that makes me love this movie even more as well too. Like, because she's made such a big impact on my life, and if we hadn't started talking about this movie, who knows if we would have became friends and everything. I think it would have been written in the stars anyway. If we were probably destined to become besties, but anyway, I gotta say this movie is definitely has made a huge important impact on my life, not just as the movie fan, but like as in general and stuff. And I will always be forever grateful to this movie for helping me find my sister and my best friend. And I also just love that this movie has really aged well. I'm not the only person that feels like this either. Like, High School Musical has a huge fan base that has never really died down. Like, fans have loved it all these years, and I know a lot of people who have introduced it to their kids that love it and stuff too. Although I don't think a lot of the kids now in this generation really care about High School Musical near as much as we did and everything, because just kids don't really seem to care about movies like we do and stuff. But yeah, this is just an absolute classic. It's easily the best of the Disney Channel movies. But I absolutely love it. If it's not my favorite Disney Channel movie of all time, it's probably second only to High School Musical 2. Everything, which I do feel like is just a teeny bit better, but not by much and everything. And rewatching it for its 20th anniversary and everything, which is like the 5th time I've watched it within the last 12 months, or really probably the 10th time within the last 2 or 3 years, really, to be honest with you, because I watch it all the time and stuff. But I hadn't watched it in about 6 or 7 months and everything, and some reason the nostalgia just really hit hard this time because of it being the 20th anniversary and just realizing like how much of an impact this movie has had on me. And as far as negatives go, I don't have any with any of the High School Musical movies. There's nothing wrong with any of them for me. They're all flawless, perfect movies and everything. If I had to say anything is up to the top is my least favorite song. And that being said, it's not even a bad song, so it's not even a negative, it's just my least favorite song. I just felt like I had to say give something in here because it just feels weird not giving any kind of negatives, but I don't have any with this movie and everything. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just an absolute masterpiece and one of the best movies I've ever seen, and it will always be one of my favorite movies of all time and everything because of how much it changed my life and everything. So I give High School Musical a 10 out of 10. It's easily one of the best movies I've ever seen and one of my favorite movies of all time and everything and stuff. And it also, not only that, it also gave me one of my favorite actors of all time, Zac Efron, as well. This was my introduction to Zac Efron, and I've been a huge fan of Zacky Wacky ever since this movie came out, and I've followed his career and everything ever since this movie came out. I own every movie he's been in, and love watching his stuff and everything, and this is the movie that really got him started, and it's still one of my, probably, if this one's not my favorite, like I said, High School Musical 2 is probably my favorite, and I feel like all three of them were really great movies, so it could be, I could just say the whole trilogy really is my favorite Zac Efron, because you can't really watch one without the other two anyway. But all in all, I absolutely love this movie, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it, and everything. It's definitely worth a watch. I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea because we're all in our 30s now, but if you like Disney Channel movies or you're a big Disney fan and you haven't happened to see High School Musical, I would highly recommend giving it a shot because you'll probably enjoy it and everything. But it's a classic and stuff. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I just can't believe that it's 20 years old and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good day and go Wildcats. And thank you again, Big D, for joining me. It was great to have you on here, as always, and looking forward to collabing with you again in the future. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and everything. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and get more people going, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it. And thank you all, and have a good day.
Yeah.